Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is kind of like a part 2 to a video we done earlier a couple of weeks ago, which was the how to live stream on Twitch and YouTube and everything, best OBS settings. So I want to do the same thing, but this is going to be how to make gaming YouTube videos, and well, I suppose it applies to other types of videos as well. Unfortunately, that last one didn't actually go out to sub boxes. This one will. It was just I don't know. It's just YouTube being crap. So yeah, there's multiple ways that you can make these videos. So if you game on PC, you don't need anything external. If you're gaming on a console like an Xbox or a PlayStation or a Switch, you're going to need some form of capture card. I have an Elgato HD60 Pro, which is the internal one built. So essentially, the HDMI goes from my console into my PC, then from a PC out to the screen, and that's pretty much the way it works. It's really super handy, and it will apply the same. So if you've got an Elgato, or if anyone's still using HD or Hop HD PVRs and things like that, it'll all work the same way. The software of choice that I use is OBS because it allows you to do a lot more, and there's loads of advantages to that. So this is Streamlabs OBS right here, and I'm actually just recording it on OG OBS at the same time, because why not? So yeah, once you have your Elgato or you have your PC, you're going to want to download OBS. The link is in the description. You'll be presented with the kind of editor screen like we have here, which allows you to just go through different scenes. So essentially, if you're streaming or making YouTube videos, for example, I could be introing the video like this, what I should have been doing. Obviously, they won't see the whole OBS surround. I'd be chatting away, hey guys, how's it going, yada yada yada. Then when I'm jumping into my game, it's on the screen, and it just allows you to jump through seamlessly. And that's why it's so great. Obviously, it's light and dark themes as well. So yeah, one of the first things I suppose I should go over before going to the settings is if you have an Elgato or a Hop, make sure your drivers are installed. Download the software as normal. For example, with your Elgato, you'll still need the normal Elgato software installed. So if I just jump in here, it is there somewhere anyway, but yeah, or just the driver, but yeah, I have it installed, and it can be used on its own. Once you do that, you can see here I have it added. So if you just click the plus video capture device, you can even see it says there, let's see, this test, add new source, and you can see here for the drop down, there's the game capture HD. You just click add and hit OK, and it will appear here like this. My console's not on at the minute, but that's how it works there. So it's pretty sick. Let's see if I just fix this. Yeah, so if my console was turned on, you'd see it there. And then obviously if you want to add any PC games, there's a whole bunch of different ways of doing it. Similar, you just hit plus and you go to game capture. Streamlabs OBS, and I think the older OBS still allows you to do any full screen application. I don't do that just in case it accidentally shows anything I have in the background. So I've added essentially most of the games I played individually, just like that. So yeah, that's kind of the basics. Video capture device for your webcam is just different for each. Let me know in the comments if you're into like a full OBS tutorial, so not just settings, but how to get the themes and everything, because for example, whenever I'm live streaming, I show these here. But obviously when I'm making YouTube videos, I don't need to. Just delete this. Right, so into the settings. One thing I want to make clear, I have a relatively high powered PC, so I have 8 core 16 thread Ryzen 1700. So the specs I'm going to show you are going to be perfect for this system or a similarly powered machine. So if you got like a new i7 or a new Ryzen, you're going to be sweet. You shouldn't have to worry about that. If you're on an older machine, you're going to want to kind of take the settings down. I'll try and give a rough estimate when we're going over them certain parts on what maybe you should try and do. One thing I do want to make clear, obviously feel free in the comments to let me know what you're using. But if you're going to ask me what specs or what settings, and you just tell me you have an i7, you'll need to be more particular. if you just go into this PC on your, if it's a Windows 10, once you're in this PC, you can then hit computer and then hit system properties, and in here will tell you exactly what processor you have. If you can tell me that there, I can help you. If not, I won't be able to. And if you message saying, oh, I've got a new i7, but it's not working correctly, this isn't working correctly on my laptop, that's probably your issue. Laptop specs are kind of, or CPUs are toned down, so where someone might have an i7 and their PC, the laptop one could be just 2 cores, it could be just a crappier version, but you'll still be able to use OBS, you'll just need to modify the settings accordingly. So yeah, obviously general settings don't really matter, you can feel free to run the auto optimizer. I've never bothered. Stream, obviously you don't need to worry about, but Streamlabs OBS does allow you to do both. So if you check back to my stream video, I'll go over the settings there. Output. So yeah, in here's kind of like where you'll get all your settings. So first things first, change your output mode to advanced. Minimize the streaming tab because we're not talking about streaming in this case, we're talking about YouTube videos. So recording, like your type is just standard because there's no other option, and then your recording path, that's where you want all your videos to go. So if you're not making that many, probably just send it to your desktop or something, or make a file. You can see I essentially just have a blank hard drive for recording YouTube videos onto because I have a lot of content. Recording format MP4. I highly recommend MP4. Essentially, it's the most compatible file type, but there is one flaw. If OBS crashes or anything, you can lose a file, it can corrupt. Whereas some other modes, that's not the case. But MP4 is really good. Audio track, I'm not going to get into. Just leave that as 1. Once you feel comfortable with OBS, you do research in the audio tracks. You'll get to a point where you might want to do something, and that'll be the answer. But for now, don't worry about it. Now, this next thing, this recording, this is also like another way for using a different part of your computer to record. So for example, I'm using software X264, which means it will encode on my processor, on my CPU, whereas there's NVENC, which it's like some Nvidia codec. Essentially, I have a 970, but if I use that NVENC to record and stream, the performance hit would feel like nothing. It would be really, really good. But I've had issues where the file format that it generates, that type of codec, whenever I'm then loading into Sony Vegas doesn't like it, and it will take literally, you can't edit the file, it's really, really bad. So software X264 is a better encoder because it actually gives you a crisper image and a better file format, but it uses 100 times more processing power than the NVENC. If you're only streaming, that NVENC is actually sick. You could use that, but you could also just use Shadowplay, which is the same encoder. But software, if your PC can do it, I highly recommend it. Also depends on the editing software you're using. So switch about with that. NVENC, if you can edit it, go for it. You'll need a higher bitrate though with it. I don't need to actually worry about custom muxer settings because my PC's fine. Back in my i5 it did, but hopefully you shouldn't. This should be 25,000. Oh. Yeah, so this is actually something interesting. It's 25,000 at the minute because YouTube accepts I think 15,000 max for what the quality I upload, which is 1440 60 FPS. I used to do this in 40, which means the file sizes were massive, but something has either happened with my computer or OBS where I can't actually go that high. One of the things I do recommend is just having a look. I'll put it in the description if I find it, but essentially there's bit rates that YouTube accepts. So for like 1080p video, I think it's 8,000. So essentially if you're recording, if you want to make 720p videos on YouTube, if you can get like 8000 bitrate, you'll be sweet. You'll probably be making the best quality that YouTube accepts. So that's why I'm doing 25s. By the time I edit it, it'll also be like 25,000 Sony Vegas, and then by the time it's uploaded to YouTube, and then YouTube does its shit, it's well lowered by them, but it's the best I can do. CPU preset, so higher means less CPU. I've never actually noticed this take a hit quality wise, but I have noticed it take a hit CPU usage. So very fast seems fine for me. Bump it up if you want to try and get higher bitrate. So higher bitrate, I don't know if I've explained it the best, but bitrate is essentially your overall quality. The higher the bitrate, the more crisp the video is. So if you literally have a 200,000 bitrate YouTube video, it would be like looking at your own computer screen. It's that good. So yeah, very fast. Profile, none for now. It doesn't really matter. Tune doesn't really matter, and X264 options doesn't really matter. Audio tracks, again, it's the same thing as before. I wouldn't worry about them at all. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the settings. Let me just quickly flick through. Oh yeah, video. So video is essentially, if you want to make a 1080p video, set everything to 1080p here. If your screen is 1080p but you want to make 720p YouTube videos, which is completely fine by the way, it's worth making 720p videos if your PCs can't handle it. So just rescale that down to 1280 by 720, and that'll be it sorted. Downscale filter, again, you can see just says bicubics in the middle, so just go for it. If there's no point you downscaling your output because your PC can't handle the settings, and to just do the downscale filter and mess it up. And then common FPS value. So again, something else I was doing was 60 FPS, but whenever I'm streaming and recording, it just doesn't really work for me anymore. I need to wipe my PC. I need to do something with my PC to fix that. So yeah, 30 FPS for me is fine. 60 FPS does take a really big performance hit on your PC, so keep that in mind. If you're on a laptop or something, don't bother doing it if you've got a capture card, unless I think it's the Elgato HD60S and the Pro 4K. I think they're the only ones that do 60 FPS, so yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it. Advanced, oh yeah, process priority, I wouldn't really worry about that. Essentially, you can set this process priority, it's like affinity. If you set it to higher, that means your processor will go, oh, okay, you have OBS running, I'm going to give more resources to that. So again, set that as normal, because if you're, for example, playing games on your PC and you go, okay, right, my stream's lagging, but give OBS more performance, then your game will take a hit. There's other ways around that, which again, if you struggle, hit me up in the comments. I'll explain it to you, because it was Black Ops 4 was giving me issues, and then I essentially only allowed Black Ops 4 to use so many cores on my PC, and it fixes the issue quite well. Other settings, video format, leave them as standard, they don't really matter. Audio, again, default, and that's pretty much it. There's no other settings. If you've only got one screen, you can get the OBS app where you can start recording everything off your phone, which is pretty sick. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything. If you have any questions or anything, please hit me up in the comments. Going for 1,000 subs at the minute. Don't know what's wrong with my webcam, it looks really weird, but yeah, going for 1,000 subs at the minute. Be much appreciated if everyone can hit the subscribe button if they enjoyed this video. Essentially, forget about PewDiePie versus T-Series. Get Marky Mark to 1,000 subs. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.